What is up, guys? Welcome on back to excuse me, to Madden 25. It's going to be coming into the week one of the 2040 season. But I had an off-season video. I didn't need to do one. I didn't make a ton of changes. Three players that we did lose. We lost Mitchell, our quarterback, who went to the Chiefs. We lost Cunningham, the backup running back, number 33, went to the Bills. And I forget his name. We had our backup free safety, which didn't sign with anyone, but I don't have any cap space, or else I would get him. So let me show you the roster real quick. I'll show you who I drafted. And then I'll show you kind of some new players starting. I changed my guards around. I had a guard, two guards. Well, my right guard, I moved over to actually right tackle. He's been like ascending as far as his stats. He's now going to be starting over Spicer, who's going to be gone next year anyway. So I'm really good. I'm good and young at right tackle. I've got Boone at right guard. I drafted another guard. I'll show you. So I've got a nice, good young core of linemen. The only position that I wanted to address that I couldn't, the position kept passing me by as quarterback. So I have two quarterbacks coming into the year, which I wanted three. But Dixon will be our starter. We drafted last season. Bradshaw I almost started, but I need to get Dixon those snaps. I'm keeping four running backs this year. Joe Hill, probably, I'm going to try to go for like $2,000 on yards for him this year. I'm just going to try to get him like an all-time great year this year. With the rookie quarterback starting and this offensive line that I've got, and I just think Hill's going to be, unless he gets injured, he's going to be fucking awesome. Ford, who I love, is going to be the backup running back. Wilburn is going to be, I think he's going to be pretty good. He's only 21. He was like my fourth round pick, but he is only a 66, but something tells me he's going to end up being pretty good. So, and then there's Shaq Horn, who we had last season. We didn't see much of him, but he did play a little bit. Hopkins, our fullback, like we always have. Spidell, Hicks, Scandrick, Medlock, Flowers, like we always have. Well, I did make two changes on the tight end position. Patterson, number 83, went down like 12 points, so he's getting ready to retire. I just cut him. I took the loss, and I did draft a tight end. So we have Wilkins, Bolden stepping up as the backup, which is fine. He's a great backup. And then Miller's only 21 years old. I drafted him out of Ohio State, 6'3", 251 pounds. He's coming into the NFL as a 69. He'll probably be low 70s, mid 70s by the end of the year. He could actually end up being my future starter if Wilkins has a couple years left on his deal. Bolden has a couple years left on his deal, but Miller, by the time he's 24, probably could be starting for me. So I'm going to keep him on the back burner. But same tackles, Johnson, Golden from our first round pick from last year. Johnson has been around a long time. Was a first round pick for a while back. Crockett is going to start. Buchanan, I did draft Buchanan in the second round, so Buchanan's some more depth and a future possible starter at that position, but Crockett's got like 3 years left on his deal. I extended him, so we're fine there. Jordan's my starting center again, which he's going to be gone next year. We do have Deontay Bass. Well, he's not going to be gone. He's got a year left. I got to sign him, so I'm assuming these people, I'm not going to be able to sign them. But Cassius Jordan, I'd like to sign him, but if I don't, I don't. Boone and Tobin are there for a little while, and I did put Spicer and Barnett at right tackle. He was a right guard, but he's an 84, and Spicer's 30 years old. He's not going to be here next year, so I'm just going to go ahead and start Barnett. So my guards are going to be Barnett and Boone, which they're both road grading players. So my right side of my line is very good at run blocking. Williams, who I'm going to have to extend. I don't know if I'll be able to. So I did draft another defensive end. I made him a right end for some fucking reason. He needs to go to left. Let me change him real quick. He was an outside linebacker. I need to put him at left because I think Bassie and Bassie and Williams are up for contract next year, so we'll see if I can keep at least one, probably Bassie and Winslow. Williams, I don't know if I'll be able to keep. I just don't know what my cap space is going to be. I'm assuming worst case scenario at this point. But Love we have for a few more years. Wall we have a few more years. Defensive line, my big guy I'm going to focus on is Almanvar. Almanvar, that's his name. That he's up for contract. He's going to get extended. He's going to be my main guy I'm going to focus on. Buchanan's got like 2 or 3 years left on his deal. Marshall's got a few years left. Capers got a few years left. Some good at defensive tackle. Donald's got a few years left. Alford's just got drafted a couple of years ago. So Alford, I think I'll have to either probably extend them in a couple of years. Hurd's got a few years left. Gertz just got drafted. Crosby's got a few years left. I'm good at linebacker. Farrell, a few years left. So our linebackers are good for a few years. I'm going to have to make a decision on one of these two guys, if not both. Leary and Donaldson are going to be up for contract. I'm probably going to end up signing Donaldson and letting Leary go. Carter's probably going to be in my number 1 corner, but we'll see how that goes. Who knows? Donaldson was actually drafted over Leary, so we'll see. Toon, Chapman, and then I kept Patterson. Patterson's a guy that I drafted last season. I like his size and his potential. I think it was last year or the year before. Yeah, he's got 2 years. So I did draft him like 2 years ago. But I'm putting him up on the main roster. I'm keeping more corners this season, so because I run a lot of diamond shit. But Sutherland is there. My first round pick is actually Taylor Pope. He was the 32nd pick of the draft. He's only 21 years old. He's 6'2", 209 pounds. I needed to get another safety to fill a roster spot, and he was the best player available at positions that I needed. So, again, I got a nice young big safety to come in and play. He'll be the main backup for these two players. So, and if Woodard doesn't play well, I can stick him there. He's naturally a strong safety. And Bishop and Henry. So anyway, with that being said, let's play the first game.
It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Pats and the Dolphins on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, Sean, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. For the first time this season, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward up in this broadcast booth, and the long wait is over, partner. A new season officially begins tonight.
Yeah, and these are the two teams who have the honor, really the privilege of ringing in the new regular season. And I know, with how long it's been since the Super Bowl ended, any two teams would be great to watch. But as usual, well, Park Avenue and the NFL has scheduled a heck of an opener for us. And it's about time we get week 1 underway.
Five glorious months of football about to get underway. We're all set, and away we go in a new NFL season. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing to start this game. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And the Patriots will have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still third down.
Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise.
Here we go, guys. New quarterback. Let's see what happens. I'm probably going to play pretty conservative with him and get him the snaps and all that good stuff. But like I said, it's going to be the Joe Hill show. Unless this quarterback just ends up being awesome. He did feel good when I played with him last year. So
everybody try to chase you down.
We'll see.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he does what he can there, up to the 25. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Cut out left. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. He finds
feeling good so far. Gonna have a star quarterback again.
Start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Patriots offense headed out for their second drive of the game. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. On first down, they'll run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's caught for the first. Hits the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. He gets another shot here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
The Patriots sending the field goal unit out for a try. From the left hash, 34 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Returning it from the 4. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their 2nd drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
The tight end going in motion right. 2nd and 1. Finds a man right side. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll run it from the gun. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Another carry for him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. So the new NFL season officially well underway as we've reached the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Miami in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on third. Looking for a throw here. Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So the Dolphins bringing out the field goal unit for a try here. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And add 3 to their lead. Extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's New England ready once again on offense. And they're really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. Dump off caught by his back. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. The give now out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 3 yards the pickup. Now it's 3rd and 8. Sending a receiver left. To the air. 3rd and long. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Dolphins returning their offense and this running back to the field. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. They'll throw on first. Finds his man over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Ford running right. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Staying on the ground with Ford. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Pass play now. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Gotta think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. Ford straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down. Working inside the red zone. He's got a man left. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that.
Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up third down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Buckle up, it's third and goal. Throwing from the gun. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Miami. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
To try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins double their... The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Catch made over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
The Patriots have their punting unit out. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He's got it over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. The Dolphins pushing for a score before the break. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 46. This one's taken in by Hill. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Throwing it again here. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. After that play, we see some concern out there, and now we know why. That's our top pick in the draft who's shaken up. Boy, they had big expectations for him this season. Hopefully this turns out to be nothing. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. They've invested some early touches in him, Brock, and the returns so far, I'd say very promising.
Kid, I told you this story before, but it was the same play 18 plays in a row. You know, I was really good with that with that clipboard on the sidelines. 18 plays in a row, Peyton ran the same play. If you can't stop it, keep calling.
That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Hill. Oh, he trucked that defender. It's a 3-yard gain, and they're in great shape now with 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll hand it to him again. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Dolphins get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. So that clock's going to run as he takes a knee. We'll see if the defense wants to burn a timeout and preserve some of it. So we've reached the half, and this year, gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. Flowers now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Dolphins ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. They'll throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion for... So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Pats will take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Finds the in route complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Brought in right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Ford running to the right. And he'll get it up to the 27. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. They're throwing it. That'll be complete to Ford. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
From the gun, it's Ford. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing from the gun here. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Another one for Ford. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. Short pass brought in. And he works this to the 38 before going down. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw now. Brought in by Ford. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Running left, here's Ford. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. We've reached the end of 3 in our week 1 opener. It's Dolphins football. They don't got to do much. They've already earned a massive lead. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 28. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Even with this lead, keeping the pedal down. A give up the middle to Ford. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
From the red zone now. Finds a man right side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Ford. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play, And it's getting worked on. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll motion a tight end left. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and...
And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Can't go out of bounds and be the first one to touch it coming back in. As they say, that is an easy call. So now from a bit further back, here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins put up even more points in a win. Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins grow their lead yet again. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriots offense all set to go. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Catch made underneath by the back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 3rd down from the gun. Completed to his running back. Free inside the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Still sticking with the passing game. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Now looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7. They give it to him again. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back-to-back carries here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Lone back gets the handoff. And he works this to the 38 before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Give now to the running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he's brought down for a loss. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins looking like they'll start this season with a win. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. So the Dolphins bringing out the field goal unit for a try here. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Patriots running their offense out there. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. To throw it on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
They motion the tight end over. He's got a man left. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a New England 1st down. Back to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. They'll throw it again. Hits him on the in route. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. And they're no doubt happy to get their season off on the right track and claim the first victory of this new campaign. does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.